We knew when you were little kids that there were like cars outside of the neighborhood, something was going on. I remember rolling up on the bus and I was like, oh man, something happened to somebody. And this lady who worked with my mom, she came and got me off the bus. And when I got back, my aunt came and picked me up and they took me to her house and they told me what happened.
What happened was Dee Gordon's mother, Devonna Strange, had been murdered by a former boyfriend. The woman who raised him was gone. Dee was 6 years old.
You feel so much pain and sorrow for not only her, but you also feel that pain and sorrow for your child. It's nothing that anyone ever could imagine.
Dee, in what ways do you still honor your mother today?
I got written on my glove. She's on some of my bats, my shoes. She's everywhere. I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of feel like she always kind of like there for me.
As he endured the unimaginable trauma of his mother's violent death, young Dee's life changed quickly. He moved across Florida from St. Petersburg to Avon Park, near Orlando, where he would live with his father, Tom Gordon, then a star pitcher with the Kansas City Royals. Dee had seen his father periodically before then, but this was different.
I was used to living with just me and my mom, and when I lived with my dad, it was, my sisters and brothers. It's kind of weird.
You know, it's hard enough for a kid to go through life with his dad traveling around, and tough enough for a kid to lose a family member, a parent, and to try and still make sense of it. He would say all the time, Daddy, sometimes you were really, really hard on me. But if I didn't, and the streets were hard on you, someday you'll be saying, well, I didn't have that leadership. So I remained the father. I wasn't gonna be the friend.
Tom offered tough love and also the backstage pass of a lifetime. Dee was with his father for roughly 50 games per year, and there were a lot of years in Tom Flash Gordon's career, 21 in all.
Goodbye, 2 down.
He made 3 All-Star teams and won a World Series ring with the Phillies in 2008. When Dee came to his dad's office, he met coworkers like Bo Jackson, Derek Jeter, and Jimmy Rollins. But for many years, Dee was focused on a different sports passion.
So I've read that your dad offered to buy you a car if you chose baseball over basketball.
The story is true, but he didn't buy the car. He waited like 2 years to get me a car.
I do believe at some point I probably would have said, son, if you would give it your all in baseball, then yeah, you can choose the car you want. Not a Ferrari, not a Lamborghini.
What was the reason why you think as a father he did not want you to play basketball?
I guess he saw that I could be a good baseball player and, I guess he was right.
The pundits agreed. Baseball America ranked Gordon as the Dodgers' top prospect in 2010 and 2011. But the next year, Gordon hit just .228 and lost his job to All-Star Hanley Ramirez. He spent the majority of last season in AAA, which led the Dodgers and Gordon to reconsider his baseball future. He played 2 different positions in 2 different winter leagues during the most recent offseason before winning the Dodgers' everyday job at second base in spring training. Now he has taken off, literally.
Dee Gordon running wild. He has had an unbelievable start to the 2014 season.
Gordon leads the big leagues in stolen bases this year, and he's on pace to become the first to swipe 80 in the majors since both Rickey Henderson and Vince Coleman did it in 1988, the year Dee was born.
He's put the package together, and plus he has all the intangibles. I mean, he's fearless, he wants to run, and he doesn't think anybody can throw him out.
Trusting my abilities to the maximum, which is something that was kind of hard for me early on in my career.
You got to have a certain cockiness as a base stealer, but I always teach to have humility with it.
Humility is a lesson Gordon learned long before he stepped on a major league field. You can tell by the low-profile life he leads in Los Angeles and how he spends his time away from Dodger Stadium.
Can you talk a little about where we are now and what we're doing?
We're at the Children's Hospital at Los Angeles, and going in here with Drew Butera, meet up with him. It's gonna be amazing, to be able to see these guys put a smile on their face.
I am a fox.
You're a pretty fox. He's not as pretty as you, though.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How old are you?
You just compared me to an animal.
No, no.
No way.
You won. What do you say? What do you say?
Zingo.
When you see kids, because of difficult things you went through as a kid, do you maybe have a special form of empathy when you see a child going through a tough time that you can maybe really relate in a very personal way to that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I didn't go through near what these kids went through, you know, because, you know, everybody has a story, but even when I was a little kid, I had a soft spot for kids.
And a play made by Gordon. There's one, there's two. Dee Gordon.
Now, of course, your name here at the ballpark is Dee, but can you tell us what your real name is on the birth certificate and who actually uses that name?
My real name is DeVaris Jontavius Strange Gordon, and I know it's long, but my grandmother calls me DeVaris. Pretty much all my family calls me DeVaris. My nickname at home is Varis or D Strange. It's not Dee Gordon, it's weird, I know.
Dee Gordon said he's given thought to putting his complete last name, Strange Gordon, on the back of his jersey in honor of his mother. But Gordon said he wants to establish himself as a major leaguer first, a sign of the self-awareness he learned from his father, and that Tom still nurtures from 3,000 miles away by phone and text.
Do you think he's given you more important advice about baseball or more important advice about life over the years?
He told me straight up, you can't even please me. You gotta please yourself.
When you recognize the things that really work for you, you continue to increase that. You continue to learn from that. So keep it simple.
I'm not a kid anymore. My dad's not gonna be able to take care of me anymore, so I gotta do it for myself.
I couldn't imagine, you know, some of the things he's gone through. Having your father be one of the great pitchers of the era, that's double the pressure that you have as a kid, trying to make your own name, and you know, he's come a long way.
Between seeing my son play and being in the World Series, it means more to me than to see my son play.
The Gordon family legacy is about to grow